My name is Caleb Aye.
Hi, my name is Randy Arden.
Today, we will perform the paper lab. Our goal is to create paper and then test its strength and basis. Whenever we're in the lab, we need to all be wearing PPE. This includes our hard hat, our glasses, pants, our shoes, closed-toed always, and as well as this, for this experiment, we're going to be wearing leather gloves. Also, make sure to not wear any loose clothing and tie back any longer hair, which I don't have. For this experiment, we're using the speed dryer. So we need to plug it in up here, as well as that, turn the switch on. And our set point for this experiment will be 250. We usually leave the set point a little higher than we need to heat up our unit. But whenever it reaches 210, you'll need to change our set point from 250 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Locate the stirrer before the experiment. And as well as that, make sure that both the fill and drain valve are closed off. Here's a fill valve, make sure it points out straight towards you, going this way. And then also for the drain valve, make sure it is closed up, pushed up as high as you can get it. As well as that, make sure that your whole chamber is closed up and ready to go.
So you're going to fill up your chamber with water about halfway using the garden hose, and then you're going to reach in the top and rub any fiber off the walls that was there from prior experiments. And rub the bottom to get any thing that's adhered to the bottom. Make sure the sieve is under the drain pipe to catch any fiber that will come out. You're going to clean all this fiber out that you just wiped out using the drain valve. You're going to push it down really fast, and it's going to come out the drain pipe.
A piece of dried wood from either the closet or somewhere in the storage room. And then tear off pieces of the cardboard wood. It's very dry, you can tell what it is. Tear it until you have 3 grams total, and you can use a balance to make sure you have exactly 3 grams. You will then take those 3 grams of wood and place them in the blender and add 1,000 milliliters of water. And then put this wood and water in the blender onto the blender and turn it on low for 90 seconds.
You're going to pour your contents of the blender into the beaker and look for flakes. If there's any flakes, you can do the blending for a longer time in 30-second intervals. Just make sure you record the time that you're blending it out. You're going to take the squeeze bottle and you're going to spray the outsides of the blender just to get all the pulp out, and then pour that into the beaker to just make sure you have all the pulp in the beaker. You're going to do that whole process again, but you're going to do it for a 2 gram sample and a 1 gram sample. So you're going to have a total of 3 beakers with different grams of pulp.
Make sure your fill line is still closed and your drain is also closed all the way up top. Now, fill the chamber up halfway with water from the hose, and then add your wood and water mixture on top. There is a fill line that you need to hit, so if it doesn't hit all that already, just add more water on top. Now we're going to actually make our paper. First, we get our stirrer and we put it inside of our chamber. It's a little interesting, so make sure to take note. So you do 5 times up and down very quickly, like this. And then the last time, we'll pull up very slowly, like so. Quickly after that, make sure to pull the drain valve very quickly in a motion similar to this, so it will all flush down. And now what you do next is you'll have a residue on top of this chamber right here. What you do is get 2 sheets of water paper and put them 1, 2, and then roll this 10 kilogram weight across it to help it adhere to these sheets. If at first it doesn't quite adhere, redo this step a few times. The weight is a little heavy, so make sure to be careful with this whole process. Now repeat those steps we just went over to do the 2 gram and the 1 gram mixture, and then after that, fill up with water and flush it out to clean off the entire chamber.
Transfer your hand sheets you just made from the wet water paper to a piece of dry water paper, and then put another piece of dry on top of that, and then place all 3 samples side by side in the dryer. 15 minutes of them drying, you're going to remove them and label them 1, 2, and 3. So after you let them cool for 15 minutes, you're going to weigh each of them, and then wait 5 minutes and weigh them again. You're going to keep weighing your sheets until there's no difference by 0.02. The weights have stabilized. You're going to measure each sheet's diameter from this way and this way, and then find the average of those 2. Once you have your diameter, you can find the area, and then using your final weight in the area, you can find your basis weight of each sheet. So once you have your basis weight, you can now do the tear test. So you're going to take your sheets and cut them into thirds, so you'll have 2 semicircles and 1 rectangle, and you'll find the tear test value for each of those and record them.
At the end, make sure that your area is clean and nice.